What is going on, guys? It's Brownhammer here, back with a brand new video. I'm excited about this video. I have a few really cool things to show you. So I'm going to be playing a lot of Titanfall, and I've been thinking about a different way to use Titanfall. So of course, when playing as the pilot, getting around the map and stuff and movement is very, very essential. So keyboard and mouse is the best route to go for that, I feel, unless you use a game controller like an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller even. But with a Titan, I feel like the regular keyboard controls just are kind of weird. I think it's weird to use it. Of course, it's still natural because it's the same movement as a pilot, it's just bigger. My thought was I can get this Thrustmaster X joystick to work with Titanfall. As you guys are seeing on the desktop right now, there's a program open called Joystick, and I'm going to go ahead and turn on my webcam so I can show you guys a full view of this and the program to show you what it does. Okay, so as you guys can see on the screen right now, I'm going to find some way to fit all of this on the same screen. It's going to be a little difficult, but up in the top corner there is the camera showing the joystick, and if I click into the application, you guys can see the yellow popping up anytime I move the joystick, and those are movements that are assignable to a key press, basically. See, if I push forward, it says stick 1 forward, and the function for it is disabled because I haven't set a key to it yet, but you can set it to any key. So what would make sense is to set forward, the forward motion, to W, correct? No. Actually, what I want to do, I want to set the thrust, this right here, I want to set this to forward. Now, if I'm being honest, this is kind of a complicated process, so I wouldn't really recommend everyone to try this, but if you have one of these and you want to try it, I'll leave a link for the software down below. You just have to go through and set all of it up. If I could find a way to upload software, upload a profile to it, I would, but not everyone has the same joysticks and stuff, so the keys just wouldn't line up. You'd have to do it all manually. But, like I was saying, if you go into configure here, and then you click on advanced settings for each device, you select your device here. You can have multiple joysticks set up to do different things too. So you can have one joystick and another joystick if you have that, and you can have them set for different games or profiles. I forgot to save it whenever I created this the first time, so that's why I'm just gonna have to go through and redo it. As you can see, whenever I push this forwards, you can see the RZ at the bottom starts to move, and it moves very smoothly with the control. I'm wanting to set that to my W movement, so forwards and then backwards to S. And in order for me to do that, I have to switch the, what was it? As you guys can see now, if I push forwards, stick 2 goes for. I need to set this to it also. Forwards pushes everything forwards, backwards pushes it all backwards, and then I also went ahead and set up I set up the x-axis. So whenever I'm moving side to side, this moves it side to side. This is this is A and D, so this is W S A D. Yeah, like that. That makes a lot more sense, and you can get really precise with it. As you can see, you can go in like a diagonal direction. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to map this Z-axis right here of the turning joystick to head turning. So that means this joystick needs to be seen as I'm moving the head side. It is a good idea to have the game open while you're trying to manipulate this, so you can, and it's best to go in a private match with unlimited time and stuff, and just get back in there and keep pressing it back and forth and trying to get everything to the right settings. So I'm actually having some gameplay capture issues right now. It's doing some weird glitches and stuff, but I wanted to go ahead and explain this part to you really quick because I didn't talk about it earlier. So as you guys can see in the camera, whenever I have this and I twist it side to side, if I click into the application, you can see that stick 2 and stick 2 this way, they both are adapted to it. It works. What I didn't tell you guys about though is that you can actually assign this to a mouse input too. So I'm going to assign this to the mouse input of looking left and right, or right and back and forth. Stick 2 to the left, we will set the cursor movement all the way to the left. And I mean all the way, so it's 100% of a turn. And then we click OK. And now if we go back in game, sorry for any capture issues that are about to happen when I do this. As you can see, if I turn the joystick, his head starts to turn. Well, it only turns that way because I didn't assign a right one, but if we go left it works, and if we go, whenever I assign it, if we go right, it'll look that way too. I just wanted to show you guys that too, so you guys know that you can do mouse inputs. I'm going to go and finish up all the inputs, and I'll get back to you guys with some good gameplay and showing you all of this and how it all works. Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and show you guys this because I thought I should mention it too, as well as everything else that I've already talked about. So as you guys can see, I have all the controls set up to where I can look up and down and left and right, and I can go forwards and backwards. But I didn't mention that since I don't know if you can see it in the camera right there, you can kind of see the bumps. I have these keys on the side of this and on the back. And I have all of these, well, you can map all of them, and right now I have them mapped to my Titanfall and a few other abilities. So go ahead and drop it. If I push, I'm trying to show you, I don't know how I can show you this. If I push this key right down here, activates Titanfall. Crap. Just realizing I didn't set an E key, so I'll use my keyboard for that. And once you're in, of course, now all the controls acquire perfectly to the Titan. It takes a little bit to get used to it, but it feels like a more mechanical experience, I guess. I didn't actually set up a shoot key either or anything. I did set this key up right here where my thumb is, this key. I set this up to space, so this should theoretically be a dash, and that's correct. And now, like I said, it's not the easiest, it wouldn't be the best thing to use as a pilot, but as a Titan, because this controller itself like physically does separate apart, so I could have each of these on the ends of my keyboard and then my mouse beside that. So as a pilot, I could use my keyboard and mouse, and then as a Titan I can hop in and start controlling it with this, which actually it just makes the game a little bit more fun. It gives it a different experience because it's not your typical input. I have this thumbstick up here too, this little thing. This can be mapped to basically any key on here you can map. It just takes a little bit to do it all. So like I said, I understand this isn't the perfect experience with doing all of it. You have to go in and physically map every key and type out you have to do it all yourself, but it does give a pretty good experience whenever you're sitting here and you just hop in and you're like ready to go. I think it's worth it. So if you guys want to try this and you guys have joysticks and stuff, I will drop the link to download Key to Joy or Joy to Key, whatever the name is. I'll leave it down below to download it, and if you guys are interested in seeing more videos on this, let me know, and I'll let you guys know about a week or so time on how well I get at using this, because I did start this like yesterday or so whenever I first did it, but I lost the profile for that. Otherwise this video would have been a lot quicker. I lost the profile in Key to Joy, so whenever you are doing it, make sure you're saving as you go, and you can save profiles, and you can like load new profiles, and like I said, you can use it for different games too. It's very, very cool software, and it's also free. I forgot to mention that it's completely free. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have fun. Until you find your way back home.